Okay, so I've been doing something kind of different in the garden this year. I've been growing more edible flowers, and I can't really believe what's happened since. Some of them are kind of unheard of, and other ones are ones that you probably have right in your own backyard. I'm gonna go over 5 of them today, just to keep this to a condensed video. I think a few of them are kind of gonna shock you, and one might actually scare you. We'll see, it depends how brave you are. But stick around because I really want to show you how these could improve your health and the health of your garden. Okay, make sure you have a cup of tea, make sure you're comfy. Let's go. These edible flowers change the way I grow and eat food. So let's start with a flower that bees absolutely love. This is borage. It has these electric blue blossoms in the shape of a star, and they taste very mild and refreshing with a hint of cucumber. Plant them near strawberries and tomatoes, and you'll guarantee all your fruit will be pollinated. A lot of plants turn pink when they are temperature stressed, and these borage flowers are no exception. The leaves, flowers, and stems are all technically edible, although it is a spiky plant, so you would have to either cook the greens or only eat the little tiny sprouts if you want to eat them raw. Borage thrives in well-drained, rich soil, and they will self-seed like crazy, so if you let one go to seed, you'll find baby plants popping up all over your garden, but don't worry, they do pull out easy if you don't want them to reflower. As for your health, borage has traditionally been used to calm the nervous system and support inflammation responses. Of course, these flowers are edible and contain lots of different nutrients. But honestly, most flowers, if not all flowers, should not be eaten in large quantities. You definitely don't want to do a flower smoothie, for example. You could get quite sick, so always do your own research. Flowers should be used more as garnishes, not a meal. The next flower we have are cosmos. And not all varieties of cosmos are as edible as other varieties. For example, this variety is Cosmo bipinnatus. I don't know how to say that, but the only reason that these cosmos are recommended as not edible while other varieties are is really just because there is not enough research done on these cosmos. So they could have certain levels of toxicity in them. However, if you are just using them as garnishes, eating a few petals, you're likely not going to notice any effects. Just kind of think of it like apple seeds. Of course, apple seeds contain cyanide, so people say don't eat them. You would have to eat a lot of apple seeds to actually become ill from them. These cosmos have grown so tall and elegant this year with almost no maintenance. They will even grow in hot, dry conditions with poor soil quality. So they're so easy for you to grow and include in your own garden. They are absolutely great for pollinators, and in the mornings, there's always little bees sleeping inside. They also attract butterflies and beneficial insects to the garden, like parasite wasps that will eat other pests like aphids. I think that they have kind of a really unique flavor. They taste a little bit weird, but I definitely get citrus notes, floral notes, and I don't know, maybe a hint of gasoline? If you've ever had one, I would love to know, what do these flowers taste like to you? Also, would you eat it even though it's not well researched? But don't worry, you don't have to. There are other varieties of cosmos that are more researched and definitely edible. They are rich in antioxidants and, because of this, said to help protect against free radical damage, which helps with anti-aging. For the third flower, we have nasturtiums, or little nasties. Nasturtiums are edible from the flowers to the leaves, and it tastes kind of spicy and peppery. Think of arugula or a radish. And if you love that flavor, you'll love nasturtiums. I, however, do not love that flavor, so I like to chop them up and mix them in salads, but they also go really well with rich flavors or fatty flavors that balance out that pepperiness. Nasturtiums are also exceptional for the garden. You can plant them in many different places because they act as a trap crop, attracting different pests like aphids or cucumber beetles away from your other vegetables that those pests would otherwise eat. Nasturtiums have been used in traditional medicines for many different things, and they are also high in vitamin C, making them a great addition to your garden and your diet. Next up is the adorable lemon gem marigold. So kind of like a regular marigold, but instead it has these tiny citrus scented flowers that are almost too cute to eat. They have this lemony herbaceous flavor with a slightly bitter aftertaste, kind of like an orange peel. Just like other varieties of marigolds, they are amazing companion plants for many things in the garden because they have a really strong scent that will repel pests. So, for example, plant them near your tomatoes to repel slugs and tomato hornworms. They are full of vitamin C and have been used traditionally for their immune supporting properties. You can eat the flowers and the leaves, although I will say if you eat that little center part of the flower, it is super bitter. I would actually just stick to the petals and the leaves. Okay, I got so excited when I found out that this last flower is actually edible. And I think that's because it's a plant that I am used to seeing everywhere, and you've probably seen it too, usually in people's backyards. Turns out, hosta flowers are edible. They taste kind of like fresh peas mixed with lettuce, and they kind of remind me of daylilies. Daylilies taste very similar, but a little bit sweeter, so I think I like daylilies better. But hostas are still a beautiful surprise. There's mosquitoes. Hostas were traditionally Japanese woodland plants, so they grow in shady forests, and their young shoots were foraged in the spring, just like you would ramps or fiddlehead ferns. The bees also love to sleep in these flowers too, and it's so freaking cute. I can't believe I'm awake before they are. Hostas will do well in shady areas of your garden, and they also attract butterflies and songbirds. Plus, both the flowers and shoots contain antioxidants. Even though these plants are edible, I would never go eating something that I didn't know how it was grown because you never know what is sprayed on them, especially if it's in a public place or more of a manicured landscaping garden. There are so many different kinds of edible flowers that you can grow in your garden. And they're not only good for you, they are also good for your plants. I've honestly never felt healthier, and I think it's because of the wide variety of plant foods in my diet. I eat so much from the garden, including little bits of flowers every day, and my plants are healthier for it too. Let me know what kind of edible flowers you grow and for what. Do you enjoy eating them, using them as garnishes? I think my favorite thing to do with edible flowers is whenever I'm having people over or making a meal to share with someone, I love going outside and using them as a garnish. They just make any kind of party dish absolutely pop. If you want to learn more really fun edible gardening tips and what to do with things you grow, stick around, like, comment, subscribe. Let's grow this little community and keep growing our gardens.
Okay, I got this. Ugh. I tried to do a somersault. I haven't done that since I was a child. It's a lot harder than it looks. I was honestly afraid to do it.